everyone, this is Lockeneye. Welcome back to another video on the Great Build YouTube channel, and this is going to be a pretty interesting video because I have finished all the train stations in the LEGO City, and today we're going to be taking a look at them. Additionally, I do have a little bit of an interesting find that I picked up recently that's LEGO related that I want to showcase at the end of the video, so stay tuned to hear more about that. So let's first just take a look at the original train station. And not much has changed with this. It's still the same modified version of a older LEGO City train station set that I've had for what feels like forever. And I just did some slight modifications to where things are located and have added in these new little consoles, which are just simple like little kiosks where people can go and get what I would prefer to think as digital train tickets or physical train tickets. It's really up to you. But I kind of like the idea of having some sort of Ninjago-like panel, which is funny because this little slope piece I'm using for the print actually originated in Ninjago sets. So it works perfectly well here, and I have two of them at the large train station, the other one's up here, and of course, I just moved some of the other stuff around a little bit, but you'll notice that something's missing from this one, and that would be the little, I guess you could say, the convenience store that came with that train station. And let's go take a look at where that one is right now. So I've built two train stations to look at today for the city that are basically modifying the previous ones that looked a little bit small. And I did this because I got pointed out in one of the comments that I should expand the train station that was here. And I'll leave a thank you in the description below for the commenter who said that. And of course, I'm going to focus today on discussing what I've done for these train stations. Now you can see that it's definitely a lot larger than what was here, which was a very tiny train station, and in its place, I've moved over the convenience store from the main train station over here, because it fits better here and it makes it so it's not just a plain flat platform, and there's only slight modifications made to this, like there's a new TV screen there that allows people to know when the trains are coming, as well as over here, there's a door on the back that allows you to get in from the street access, with space to add a sign on the studs on the side of the building there, which I think is going to be fun for later on when I design some custom signs. Now, some things that are similar to the other train station we looked at is the little fences that I have here. They're in the same design to the main train station, as well as these little kiosk areas, which I still think are pretty awesome, and there's one for each platform. Now, this train station took a long time to do because it was actually on a curved track, and it's not really easy to build anything on a curved LEGO track, so this kind of was just a ridiculous amount of time and effort it took to get this put together. And if you're a returning viewer on the channel, you'll notice I didn't post last week. This is because this particular part of this project took forever, so I kind of had to postpone it a week to make sure I had everything looking right and got the other train station done as well. Now, you'll notice that this train station is closer to the beach and to where I plan on building the fairgrounds, and that's kind of the whole purpose of this. And you'll also notice that the platform on the main side of the city side of this is very small, and that's because I have some interesting plans for what I want to do over here, and I've just finished up the area by basically mills plating the rest of these pieces in place. So that's just about it for this train station, but we do have one more to go and take a look at, so let's go over to that one right now. So, now we're at the train station that's related to the suburban area and the farm and botanical garden area. And this is very much designed to be more of a rural style train station as opposed to the more metro style train stations that are located throughout the rest of the city. And in this case, I used the old design that I had around the fairground in my previous LEGO City layout, and I just modified it a little bit so the colors match up a little bit more, and the platform is a bit more detailed. There's now a good set of stairs on each of these platforms that lead off of it, and of course, the same style of fence and kiosk are still there. Now, the overhang, I just cleaned up some of those pieces. They're still pretty yellowed, but it does work pretty well for what I needed to do here. And of course, I don't know how I'm going to connect the other side of the platform to the main road over there for the suburban area, but I'll probably figure that out when I start designing the houses over there. Now, of course, this is definitely the smallest train station, but I wanted it to have the same vibes and style of the other two train stations to make all the three train stations in the city connected. Now, the only place I didn't install a train station is over on the harbor, And I plan to do that once I actually have a better idea of what I'm doing with the harbor. So stay tuned for that, I guess. But that just about does it for this portion of the video. But as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I found something very interesting to take a look at and add to my LEGO collection. So let's go take a look at that. So, at the beginning of this video I mentioned I found a really interesting LEGO find. So let me talk about what this is. This is LEGO set number 11988, which is a set number that doesn't even really register on websites like Brickset, which is kind of interesting. And I found this when I was at my local Walmart picking up some LEGO sets that day, because that's one of the easiest ways for me to get LEGO since I don't live near a LEGO store. I found this sitting with the other Polybags, and upon purchasing it, it didn't show up in any of the systems at that Walmart, so I took it to customer service and managed for them to give it to me for twice the retail value of a Polybag for about $10 in the US, which doesn't feel that bad. It's a little bit more than I would have liked to pay for a Polybag, but then I got back home and did some research on this, considering I had never seen a Polybag like this before, and if it wasn't in their system, I was curious to see what the deal was. And this is a LEGO Minecraft Polybag that was featured in a LEGO Minecraft book that you could buy. Funny enough, the book cost more than what I paid for the Polybag, so that's kind of funny. But also, it is an interesting thing to find, because normally you would get this in a book. My guess is that when they were putting stuff on the shelves, the Polybag fell out of the book or whatever, and then they had to replace it on the shelf somewhere. Thus, it ended up here where I've bought it for that amount of money. Now that I know that it's not too rare of a Polybag, I may open this up in the future, because there does appear to be a unique Minecraft minifigure in there. And I did collect Minecraft stuff for a while before doing YouTube. It's one of the things that I'd like to say got me even deeper into doing LEGO. And of course, I do like playing Minecraft in my free time as well. So I might do a revisiting video talking about some of the Minecraft stuff I have in the future. But for now, I just thought I'd showcase this really weird find that I found at a local store when I was shopping, and a funny story to go along with it. Now, with that out of the way, we've taken a look at some interesting developments in the city today, including all of the 3 train stations that I've finished, and of course, there's plenty more stuff coming, and reasons why I moved some of the stuff around in this video, such as the convenience store, are related to such projects. So, stay tuned for those ones. And I hope that I'll get to a regular video upload schedule again. This one kind of threw me off a little bit. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one, and I hope you all have a great day.